Good afternoon. My name is Michail Boncea, Michail Boncea. I am an independent blogger that blogs more around British Columbia, some Canadian and some international news and live events. A bit about me: took about 6.5 years off after being a sports international photographer slash reporter. I was covering Vancouver Canucks from National Hockey League (NHL), Vancouver Giants from Western Hockey League (WHL), Canada versus Russia series hockey-wise, official photographer for Delta Islanders junior A lacrosse team, covered some events for the Canadian Army officially, and I also was the official photographer for the Westminster Arts Council for a few years. If you're hosting an event of any kind, a BF parade, a music festival, a sports event, anything, maybe a card event, sports cards, etc. Please contact me and I will mention your event in one of my upcoming broadcasts, and it will be free of charge. If you happen to have a company that you run, at least part of it, in British Columbia, please do the same. Contact me and I will mention it free of charge in one of my upcoming broadcasts. If you happen to have a product that you want me to try it out, contact me, send me a demo of the product, and if I like it, we can talk about it. I post Monday to Friday every week, and sometimes in the weekend as well, but usually just Monday to Friday. The long versions of the posts will be available on YouTube, Rumble, and Vancouver Community. The shorter versions, the long versions could be as long. Yesterday, for example, when I did TikTok live, it went over 30 minutes. These ones, if you put a video, it will be shorter. Reason is 10 minutes max, and that will be Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Again, if I do TikTok live event, it will be much longer. You can find me under all platforms I mentioned, under Michail Boncea, Michail Boncea. I'm always looking for feedback. There is no such thing as a bad feedback or a good feedback. Good feedbacks obviously means that I'm broadcasting stuff that people like you who are viewers are interested in, but maybe have some ideas of other subjects that I should focus on as well to make it even more interesting to watch and to learn about stuff that otherwise you probably don't even know they existed. Now let's talk news. This I didn't expect, but if this person from Reddit had 3 times he claims that he will pay. So he said that wanted regular gas, but the person is whoever was putting the gas in at the gas station was putting premium gas instead of regular gas. And you might say, that was a mistake. This person said it happened to him 3 times. This time he went and approached the gas station and they basically given him the cold shoulder. Keep in mind, if you have $40 or $20, gas being so high, you expect to get regular gas, so that it's more for the same price that you will get if you want premium gas. Nothing wrong to get premium gas. Some cars require, but if you go to a gas station and you see regular gas and they put in premium gas, well, it's politely not the right thing to do. Moving on, the Vancouver Park Rangers seized more fuel tanks from Vanier encampment after 2 more fires. The equipment was at a homeless campground, and they started 2 fires near Stanley Park, because they're right near Stanley Park. One was Wednesday night and the other one was Thursday morning. CTV News crew observed at least a dozen propane tanks, 2 jerry cans, and a pair of generators removed from the camp on Thursday. Stanley Park is a worldwide famous, and if it burns, it will be a tragedy, to be polite, for the entire world, not just Greater Vancouver. Another day and another bad PR issue with Air Canada. One of our cyclists from Saskatchewan that went overseas to represent Team Canada came back home and her bikes arrived 1 day late. Not a big issue. But when they arrived, they were badly damaged. And Air Canada refused to do anything about it or pay for the damages. Pretty much it. Now, she's lucky. She had insurance on her bikes. They will be fixed. The unfortunate thing is the fact that her main bike requires specific bike parts that cannot be found anywhere, like everywhere. So it will take a while for her to have her main bike back on the road. This is a secret of how a Japanese man, a grandfather, who at 95 said he lived so long and plans to live way longer. His name is Reizo. He takes an early morning walk. He does an international workout. He connects with the loved ones on social media. He writes on his blog. He creates art. He makes time for new hobbies. He takes multiple naps during the day. And he eats indulgent meals. That is, fancy meals, including he loves red wine. This is sad and bizarre news coming out of China. Great Wall of China was damaged. And it was damaged because I'm assuming a small company. I don't know how large that company was. They needed the excavator to go through that area, and it was too narrow. So they decided to enlarge the area by damaging the Great Wall. And guess what happened? They got arrested. A 55-year-old man and a 38-year-old woman were arrested. They are accused to use the machine to enlarge a gap in the Great Wall that already existed, so it will be large enough for their excavator to pass through. Bizarre and sad news at the same time. BC mayors call on British Columbia to seek a solution to drug use in front of our children. They want a unified plan. This includes for parks and playgrounds where the kids play. They want a clear provincial government. They want a clear provincial government law that will make it clear that the drug use is not permitted around areas frequented by children. I'm assuming that will be libraries as well, and schools and other areas. Canada is in crisis when it comes to the medical system, and it seems the numbers are not lying anymore. More than 1,200 ER closures reported so far in Canada from beginning of 2023. 3 stabbed teens were driven from a party to a nearby hospital only to find out ER was closed, the entire ER. This is a national emergency. We need to treat our people. It's not anymore a joke, and it's just getting worse by the month. This has to start being taken seriously. All this is because of staff shortages, which is getting worse as our population is growing very fast now through immigration, and our native population born in Canada, that means, of all colors, are getting older and sicker. Another bad PR Air Canada news. Air Canada just can't seem to have a break lately. Lawrence Maxwell had to spend $24,000, $189 on tickets after the Air Canada resold his tickets and refused to give him a refund. He is a musician, so he had to do his show. He said that he ended up maximizing almost all his credit cards just to get everybody home. If you happen to visit Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, I highly recommend these areas to be seen. They include Stanley Park, Queen Elizabeth Park, Gastown, English Bay, Granville Island, Capilano Suspension Bridge Park, Cypress Mountain, Grouse Mountain, and Chinatown. There's many other areas to mention, but I chose just 9 random locations as must visited. Urban Design Group of Vancouver has been chosen by Tesla into looking to buy a 3.7 acres property near the 3,425 Circuit Road from Kelowna Airport to build a Tesla dealership with 1 story. In total, it will be 30,230 square front building. According to the latest polls, Trudeau Liberal Party is getting in big trouble. Not legally, I'm talking about voting wise. There seems to be going to be a majority for the Conservative Party. They are estimated now to get about 179 seats. So that's a straight majority, with about 103 seats going to the Liberal Party of Canada and only 21 seats going to NDP. This is according to 338 Canada, which in the past has been almost dead on predicting election results. An Ontario election watchdog is calling for investigations surrounding the removal of lands from the province protected green belt. The company is run by Mr. X. So basically, who is Mr. X? That's how he is known, Mr. X. He donated 2 tickets that cost $1,500 each to a fundraising event for Premier Doug Ford. The new UU Family Farm opened last month in Richmond. Visitors are welcome to visit, where animals including ponies, ostriches, goats, sheep, cranes, swans, ducks, chickens, etc. Visitors can pick fresh blueberries or apples from the orchard, or bring their own food, and the farm provides space and barbecue pits. The cost to enter the farm is $20 for adults and $10 for kids. Kazuhan Yakiniku Barbecue, located at 1150 8391 Alexandra Road, opened last month in Richmond. Is all-you-can-eat barbecue Japanese traditional style food, and it starts from $48 on per person. Lieto Cafe, a family bakery in Langley. Lieto Cafe is an Italian word for happy. Open on September 1st. Location is 120 with 20,826 and 72 Avenue. It will focus on freshly in-house baking goods that will be baked only in-house and each morning. And some of the baked goods will include Belgian waffles, hazelnut cookies, and croissants. Burnaby Metrotown Library, been there many times, will be replaced by a state-of-the-art new Burnaby City Hall that will include a new library, child care center, restaurants, cafes, shops, and a bigger public plaza. Construction is expected to start on 2027 and finish in 2030. Saudi Arabia is moving some of their resources into minerals like gold and stuff, but they also now have announced that which they're doing now with the farms, they're trying to be independent 100% by growing all the food they need in Saudi Arabia. And they now announced that they're going to open a copper open mine pit about 200 kilometers away westwise from Saudi capital of Riyadh. They expect 100,000 tons a year of zinc and 10,000 tons of copper, with aim to double production. They have also been buying land and mines all across Africa lately, and some parts of Middle East. Burnaby Artisan Farmers Market, it will be at its regular location at Burnaby City Hall parking lot. Location is 4949 Canada Way. It will be on Saturday, September the 9th, between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Live music also will be there. It is very sad that one Toronto hospital turned away, turned, sorry, turned a bathroom, a hospital bathroom into a regular ER room. They're that busy and backlogged that they're now using even bathrooms for patients to be put in. The wait at the ER in Ontario now is 49 hours. Last year was 40 hours wait. It is estimated currently that between 10,000 to 15,000 Canadians are dying waiting in ER for critical surgeries. Vancouver issues $160,000 in fines in less than 4 weeks between May the 1st till September the 3rd by law officers, 496 monetary tickets, and 732 warnings. Any watering outside of permitted hours witnessed by a bylaw officer results in a ticket with a fine. Why are people still continuing to water the laws is beyond me. Despite stage 2 restrictions, the regional reserve level of water is now down to 59%. During the summer, more than 1.5 billion liters daily was used. Due to cooler temperature, it dropped in the last few weeks. Out of that, it is estimated that over 50% of the water consumption is driven predominantly by outdoor use like lawn watering, sports fields, and plants. Garibaldi Lake in British Columbia seems to have woken up. There is videos now of black tusk floating in one part of it. Let's hope it will not explode. It is also spotted gas rising from the ground. In a major conservation news, Nova Scotia will increase the maximum fine to $1 million for commercial buyers who are caught selling out-of-season lobster. Currently, for businesses and individuals buying and selling out of season is a $100,000 fine. B&B rules to come to British Columbia. They are already in New York, which went into effect on Tuesday this week. The largest B&B company is obviously Airbnb. British Columbia government has said that it is working for over 2 years on this issue. It includes short-term rentals, better enforcement of rules surrounding them, and converting what were short-term vacation rentals into long-term ones. Surrey BC News is that Surrey has begun removing boats illegally moored on the Nicom River. Hope I pronounced that right. They are anchored upstream and have been there in some cases. They think some of the boats have been abandoned. When you meet someone to sell a product or buy a product through, say, Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. Be extra careful. If you have a bad vibe, don't sell it or don't buy it. This person did everything legit to make sure that he was safe and the buyer was safe. They met first on September the 1st at Logan Mall, at which point the buyer said he has to think about it because he's not really sure if he wants the watch. It was a Rolex watch worth $7,500. In the end, he phoned. They met again on September the 2nd, again at Logan Mall, or Logan Town Center Mall. It's a very public area. He asked to put the watch on to see how it looks on him. The seller agreed, and the buyer ran away with the watch without paying the seller anything. Recovery Day British Columbia Festival proudly celebrates 11 years. It is held in Westminster. It starts at noon till 6 p.m. Over 50,000 people are expected, with 170 booths that offer information, support wide groups from addiction recovery to stigma about it. It will be between 6th Avenue and 6th Street, with entertainment on 4 stages, 20 food trucks, artisans, vendors, and large free kids zone. Friday, September the 8th to September the 9th, Patullo Bridge will be closed to incoming traffic towards Westminster. Outgoing will be open. It is only going to be closed between 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. both days, and that is because they are installing new steel girders near the existing bridge. So if you want to travel to Westminster, please use one of the other bridges. Tesla has announced that he plans, well, Musk, because he does the announcements as always. He plans to build a $25,000 car, electric. That's not going to be the game changer. There's even more that he said that this car will be able to do. So the car will be very cheap, affordable now to everybody to buy an electric car. But he's also said that he expects people that buy this car, they can use it as driverless rides to drive people around, or they can be used to run errands. And he estimates it will be about $30,000 a year you will earn on average using the cars, and you doing absolutely nothing. The cars does everything other than you having to charge it and clean it. This will disturb drastically, if true, the car industry once again. In Westminster, British Columbia, the new Westminster, British Columbia, they will place bikes in various undisclosed locations. This is this month to stop bike thefts that have grown. Polestar 3 unveiled their car Thursday at its Vancouver, British Columbia Polestar showroom, or known as Polestar Space location. It is located on Burrard Street across from Fifth Avenue Cinemas. Both Polestar 2 and Polestar 3 SUVs were on full display. On another traffic news, on Tuesday, during rush hour, a boat caused traffic problems. The boat came loose from the trailer hitch, and the location was Glover Road at Crescent in Langley, British Columbia. There were no injuries and no other vehicle was involved. Last piece of the news, a Maple Ridge Jiu-Jitsu instructor has won gold at the Masters 7 male black belt lightweight division at 2023 World Masters IBJF Jiu-Jitsu Championship. He has now 7 medals. Several of his students also won medals. If anyone wants to contact him, his contact is Northwest Jiu-Jitsu Academy, and the phone number is 604-450-0046.